So the CCFR put this video out a few days ago, and I've been wanting to do a reaction video to it since then. I've been trying to do like a video on video type format on my phone, and I just have not been able to get the software working. My other computer at home is just a mess. So for now, I'm just gonna have to do it in clips. Hopefully it turns out pretty good, guys. But yeah, we'll just roll the video here. So to interject here before we get too far into it, you can tell these guys are heavily armed. They definitely mean business. They're, as usual, you know, covered up in hoodies, head to toe. 3 of them. Sometimes there's 4, sometimes there's 5. But if you've been paying attention to this stuff, we've all seen this type of thing happen with these home invasions that are on the rise. Okay, so in that clip, you saw that they used a shotgun on the door lock. It didn't work. They decided to go through the window. If you go back and pay attention, the guy with the shotgun was also carrying some sort of rifle. And this is kind of what I've been saying, guys, that, you know, we need to get self-defense laws here in Canada. These criminals are armed to the teeth. They don't care about the gun laws. They just get their guns on the black market. And there's actually another video that I'm going to do a reaction on maybe in another day or two where the guy was not armed, and you'll see what happened to him. So you saw in that interior clip that these guys were screaming police. That's a common tactic for home invaders. They'll do that to confuse you, to get you to maybe let your guard down or hesitate, and then they can take advantage of that. In this case, it didn't work. I mean, I feel like it was pretty obvious it wasn't police, the way that they were acting, the way that they were talking and entering, but they still were trying that tactic. You heard, I think there was 2 shots that you heard. That was from the homeowner, as far as I'm aware. One of those 3 assailants, as far as I know, did get removed from society, let's call it that. And as far as I know, the homeowners were not charged yet. Let's hope that that stays. I think in this case, the cameras, I think, kind of saved their butts for getting charged. There's, like, any prosecutor would look at that and go, these guys were heavily armed. They were there with, you know, ill intent. They used every tactic in the book. You know, they shot the lock out. That's how they entered, was by firing the weapon, right? So it's like, you can't say, oh, you didn't think your life was actually, you know, in danger. You just wanted to shoot at somebody. Like, it's not going to work, right? So clear-cut 100% self-defense. I hope that no charges are given out in this case. I also heard that, like, there was a news report on it I watched as well. I also heard that they have not found the other 2 suspects. So, you know, I'm not going to say the police aren't doing their job in this case. They were completely covered head to toe, but this just shows that, you know, you need to protect yourself. You can't rely on the police to apprehend these guys. And what I would suggest is, you know, like I've talked about, you know, castle laws would be a good idea. Concealed carry would be a good idea. But even just amending the criminal code to allow you to, you know, defend yourself with a firearm or something without getting charged for that would be a good step in the right direction. But what I would say is, having watched many of these home invasion videos, that I think, and maybe in this case they did do this, I think fortifying your entry doors, it would be, for everybody, I think is a good idea. Having some sort of fortification to your entry doors where they can't just kick them in 2 or 3 kicks. And, you know, even if they do get in, it's like 30 seconds or 60 seconds. That would give you enough time to respond. It would give you enough time to call the police. It would give you enough time to get to a safe room if you have something like that. The last thing you want is guys like this getting in and getting up to your room, or maybe it's a bungalow and they're on one floor, getting to your room before you have time to actually wake up and figure out what's going on. So yeah, putting in some entry door fortifications. And the other thing here is, if they didn't have an easily accessible window that these guys could have gotten in, they may not have had to shoot at all. The guys may have given up. They might have realized it was too hard to get in and just left. I think there's a lot of things we can do to protect ourselves that don't involve firearms and don't involve violence, but I feel like we should always have the right to defend ourselves. And like I said, hopefully these people aren't charged. It's one of those cases where I think the video is just so cut and dried that I don't think they're gonna I hope they're not gonna have a problem anyways. I think you'd have to be crazy to be a prosecutor and try to charge them in this case. Anyways, take care guys, until next time.